Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, but also spokesperson for ShopSMART Autos, giving you, the consumer, some things to think about next time you go into a dealership or go on their website, or we just look at things from a consumer's position because we're all consumers, and what might be happening not only in our vertical of automotive sales, but in retail itself, as we look at businesses trying to earn your money and your time to come to their establishments. So we know that we have the virus. So let's talk about those companies that are going to try to succeed not only during this COVID-19, but after. So to succeed after this COVID-19, retailers must assess their revenue management practices, their operating models, their digital capabilities, their capital investment, and their strategies to move forward, because many times they're going to have to transform themselves. So once again, if we look at the revenue, I don't know how much of you do know, but when someone comes up positive, whether it's an employee or a customer in that retail store, we have to shut it down, send the appropriate people to where they need to go, and sanitize that area, that brick and mortar, if not the entire building. Now, that's a revenue management practice that's brand new. And for some small businesses, depending on how they operate, they may not have the funds or want to do the funds or set aside the funds to sanitize the place to get it back up to order. Operating models, once again, since we're a new process, who's going to oversee it? How are we going to make that determination whether to stay open and shut close and get the sanitation team in there? Do we have digital capabilities? Alrighty, we are brick and mortar, we can't do anything about, but can a customer like you go online and still walk yourself through the process like any end user and order and still get the product given to you at a later date? Many dealerships have a great, strong digital presence. If that dealership does not, I would not deal with them. Not saying that they don't have a good name, but it takes time to work on that digital capability where it is effortless all the way through. So some organizations naturally do a lot better than others. So this COVID-19 right now, here's some of the popular insights for retail. The implications for business. In other words, can we make it? Should we readjust? Should we leave town, try it somewhere else, or put our idea up on the shelf for now because it's just not working? Another one that's piquing with a whole lot of interest is True Gen or Generation Z and their implications when it comes to companies. Remember, this new generation, it's going to be their world. So everything from the HR standpoint, how they work in the body, how do we promote them? These are going to be the future leaders that are going to be sitting in the boardrooms. Are they truly prepared? What do we need to do as an organization to make sure that the level of consumer confidence and experience is still going to be consistent as it's been for the past decades? Let's say if your business has been around since the 1900s. How do we keep that next generation to stay focused on the values that were set up originally when that company was there? So that's another thing that you'll be hearing about. Another one is reinvesting the operation for the speed, for the post era. In other words, what can we do to get up as quick as we can, whether it's one message, one marketing campaign, to get our story out? Because some people, if you have heard, think there's going to be another wave. So between these two waves, how can my team maximize, give you a great experience? You get what you want, we get what we want. Also, consumer sentiment and behavior continues to reflect on uncertainty. So once again, consumers are hedging. They want to come out, they want to shop, but they're worried about the smaller things of this COVID. Are things completely sanitized? How many touches does it take for that product to leave your distribution center and to show up on my front door? How many hands have touched that? Should I leave it out there for a while? Should I have to sanitize it before I bring it into my home with my family? And remaining in the office and work life. That has been a big change since we started. Sorry to say that some companies may go under because of the model. Some companies need their people at work, but with the educational part of it, if I'm a single parent not being fixed and you're telling me I can't work from home, that may be another issue. So once again, you'll be reading and hearing more about this office work life or home work life, especially dealing with COVID when it comes to retail establishments. So now what? There are questions that retailers face every day when it comes to this pandemic. But after months of quarantines and phased recovery, it's clear standard operating procedures in retail that have not changed and will continue to change as health and economic implications by the government move us to the change. Other than that, retailers want to stay where they're at. They must act now, not only to keep their place in order for you, so your comfort level is up. And sorry to say, like we said, most will not be able to meet it and they will be out. Examples, some of the food and beverage industries are being hit hard pretty well. So we'll see how they come out of that. But all of this needs funds. How do we get the funds? I need you, the consumer, to purchase. So I would say from everything out of here, the digital presence. Do you have a digital presence online to go to where your customers can still order, check out, and receive that product with as little touching as possible going on? So Brandon Hardison just giving you some different information that's you may be hearing about retail, maybe you have not heard what's going on in the retail industry as a whole. We're fighting. The ones that are the good ones are adding the processes, monitoring the way that they can stay open so you can have a good experience when you do come to them. Once again, Brandon Hardison, Champion Strategies, and also for Shop Smart Autos. As always in parting, you go out and make it a champion.